Hi. It came to my attention apparently that I had forgotten to do one little tiny thing in this game. So I'm doing this as sort of an addendum, a sort of just one more video on Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So I've gone through the whole game, obviously, so you can check that out in the playlist. The whole game's finished, every bit of it, including the super secret boss, which, if you don't want that spoiled, do not watch video 14. Episode 14 is what you do not want to watch, if you don't want that spoiled. However, this is also kind of a spoiler-esque video, so, we're up here in this secret room in the Hall of Termination. There's actually another secret room, which I totally forgot to do. First of all, there's a picture of Koji Igarashi. Hello, Iga. I'm gonna pose in front of Iga for a moment. Okay, and so we have this little bookshelf. There's this whole thing I did not do. This is a completely separate area from the rest of the castle called the 8-Bit Nightmare. Obviously, it's themed to look like classic Castlevania, like on the NES. So yeah, there's this whole little area. It's literally just going from left to right. All the enemies have shards, so you can actually get stuff from these, and it's just a left to right side-scrolling stage with a boss at the end. Which again, I should have gotten this in the last episode. I should have gotten this in the secret boss episode, and I spent like almost 50 minutes on that episode, basically working down the secret boss, and it only occurred to me today, like literally 20 minutes ago, that oh shit, I totally did not go to the 8-Bit Nightmare. I didn't even bother with it. So I kind of feel like a little bit of a doofus. But yeah, you know, we're still using the, I don't know what the actual name of it is in game. I'm using the Chrysagram. I see no reason not to at this point. But as you can see, pretty standard, pretty simple. But it's neat that it's here. It's neat that it's in game. I liked it when I first went through it. I just kind of found it on a whim, and I was like, oh my god, this is a thing. So here we go. We go through a classic Castlevania-style door, and then we fight a boss. I guess you could call this a secret boss too, kind of. Though not quite to the same extent as our as the previous episode's secret boss, but still. You know what? I need to switch out for Kara boss. I need my Silver Knight. I don't know if that actually works on it. No, it doesn't. So what to do? If only. If only. And see, there's Silver Knight doing some work, keeping the projectiles and shit at bay. He's unbelievably useful when he starts to level up. I mean, just completely says fuck you to those pillars of flame, so. And he can also block those as well, so that's cool. Those little tower projectiles. But there it is. That was the secret boss there. Admittedly, this is going to be a really quick video. This should be no more than like 25 minutes, I would think. So yeah, where am I at on map? 99.40%. Really don't feel like dicking around. And what parts of the map am I missing? That's the kicker. I know there was one room that I'm pretty sure had a corner I hadn't visited. Yeah, like right there. But that won't get me to 100%. I think there's like a couple of secret rooms I may have missed. Which happens. I'm not that upset about it, but I mean, just for the record, I guess if somebody needed to see what the whole map basically looked like, that's the whole map, minus probably, what, 6 spaces? So like probably 2 rooms and a couple of spaces. But okay, so that's that. We've now. Oh, you know what? I could show that off, I guess. Okay, so this is gonna be a little. I don't know how well this is gonna go, but we're gonna see. We're gonna try it. Okay, so just to give an idea of what we're doing here. So if we look at the Demon's Archive, you'll notice that we've got everything listed except for this one, number 44. And number 44, I ended up having to look it up because I had an idea of what it might be or how to get to it, but I didn't know for sure. And it turned out I was like half right. I was on the right track. I was convinced it was probably a I was convinced that it was an enemy that only showed up under specific circumstances. I just wasn't 100% sure where it would actually show up. And then I checked online, and some other people who had been playing the game. Thank you, other people who have been playing this game, because you guys have been. They have been very helpful. People on the internet, you know, they're not always full of hyperbole and crazy. Sometimes they can actually be helpful. And I just happened to notice that there were some people who had already figured out that there was this enemy that nobody seemingly could find. And then they confirmed my suspicions that it is in fact an enemy on the train. But it's not just any enemy, and it's not just something you can just do. So we've got to go to the train, and we've got to do... It's simple. It's not like... I'm making it sound like it's something like ridiculously over the top or something. It's really not. It's very... It's surprisingly straightforward. You just have to kind of know that it'll happen. I'm actually going to save my game, though, real quick before I do it, because this enemy in question is one of the toughest. It's basically the toughest enemy, like standard enemy in the game. If I remember correctly, like most of the enemies, I think the highest level enemy that we've fought besides bosses is like probably in the den of, or probably these ones that were in the whatchamacallit, the ice tomb. I forget the actual name. So like this guy is level 43 in the glacial tomb, the giant axe outsider. This enemy we're about to fight is actually a level 66 enemy. So it's arguably it doesn't have as much health as the bosses in the game per se, but it hits harder than any of the bosses in the game, with the sole exception of OD, who can just, I mean, who with his grab alone can basically one-shot you depending on what level you are. And also, I somehow missed a spot on this map. That's weird. That might, then again, that might have been where the cutscene with Zangetsu started, so it may not have counted it. But yeah, we're gonna get on the train, and we're gonna go see if we can kill this enemy. I will say this much: it's actually a really tough enemy. So don't go in unprepared if you do. If you do decide to try to kill it, it is not something to be trifled with. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure if I'll be able to kill it at this point. When I did it, I was level 99 in my initial playthrough. That was the only way I felt comfortable doing it. And even then, even at level 99, I still got my ass handed to me a couple of times before I finally killed it and got its soul and got its weapon or its item drop, which happens to be platinum. So we got this chair on the train. Admittedly, I haven't been back to the train since I did the Zangetsu co-op thing. I mean, really, there's really hardly any reason to come back to the train after you've done it. I mean, really, unless you somehow miss spots on the map of it, which is almost physically impossible. But you can come back to the train. There are like a couple of respawning treasure chests that show up on it that you can pick up. And I think one, maybe. I could be wrong. But then there's also the seat you can take, where you can just kind of take a nice, quiet train ride. And I'm not going to say anything for the next few seconds, so we'll just sit back and enjoy. sorry for anybody who doesn't like jump scares. I apologize. I understand it's a pain. Wow, he dropped it. So yeah, that's the I guess the secret enemy of sorts. And incidentally, it gives you a really good passive shard. Increases your resistance to curses, which is really nice. Let's have a look at him real quick. Let's see what's going on with him. So this is the Kune Kune. An eldritch creature that inflicts a fatal curse on whomever it detects. So yeah, that's that. That's that enemy. So that's the demon bestiary. That's the whole bestiary completed. Shocking, I know. Not very hard to do. You know, I think the hardest part about the demon bestiary and like 100%ing it for the trophy, frankly, is just beating OD. That's the trickiest part of it, because one, you have to know that that's a thing you have to do, and two, you then have to actually fight and defeat him. And he is, as you probably saw in the previous episode, he is not something you can just waltz in and just beat the shit out of. I mean, like, even at higher levels, because I did it at what, level 47, which I mean was extremely low as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, he's not easy. But that's that. I'm not gonna finish out the map. I'm not really worried about that. I mean, this is basically the map. Like I said, I think I may have missed. I know there's like one spot in one of the rooms I didn't fill in, and then I think there's like a couple of I believe there's a couple of spots that I. Well, let me see. See, this is the problem with me picking. I was almost tempted not to do this because I knew what was going to happen was I was going to start messing around in the game again, and then I would just start like going on autopilot and just playing more of it. Even though I really do not have to. I've got the platinum trophy on this game. I've done every achievement. I've gotten 100% on everything, almost twice, in fact. So I don't really have to do this, but I don't know. What is that? The chapel? No. Yeah, that is the chapel. Huh. That's like right over there. It'd take me all of 2 seconds. I don't remember where these other secret rooms are, though. I think there's one. I'm trying to think. There might be one in here, maybe? Somewhere? But I don't know for sure. Also, I didn't finish out any of the quests except Lindsay's, and you don't really get anything amazing. Well, I take that back. You do get some amazing shit. From Susie, the old lady who wants all the food, you actually get an item from her. The last thing that you get from her is called the recycling hat. Miriam can wear it. It actually gives you unlimited ammo for all your ammunition. So, like, if you wanted to use, you know, if you wanted to go ham with guns, that's the item you'd want to get. But we didn't go ham with guns. We went ham with this ridiculous sword. And incidentally, this ridiculous sword. Which I didn't use a whole lot, actually. I'm a little shocked by that. And I didn't really use a lot of the Bloodbringer familiar, which I kind of feel bad about, because it really, once you kind of get it close to maxing out its level, I mean, you can use it as an actual sword, and it's pretty damn good. Trying to think. I don't really think there's anything else to show off. I mean, so I'm gonna go back to town. I guess I could do that. There's one other thing I could do, because once you beat the game, you do unlock 2 different boss rush setups, and I'm actually gonna. I guess I'll do that. I'll do that, and then that'll finish out this episode, and that'll be it for Bloodborne for a while. Or Bloodborne. Oh my God, Bloodstained for a while. Though, like I had mentioned, I think I'd brought it up previously in previous episodes. You know, the developers, they're working hard. Probably going to be putting out patches. I'm assuming that smooth out performance issues, and well, hopefully anyway. They're going to be adding in new playable characters. They're going to be adding new modes to mess around with. So I will probably come back to Bloodstained at some point once some of those updates roll out. I don't know exactly when or how I'll do that. I don't know if I'm gonna wait, because like I probably like as soon as they get Zangetsu playable, I will probably do some videos on that. I don't know if I'll do a full playthrough. Probably won't. I'll probably just mess around with them and just show them off. Trying to think. They got a roguelike mode that they're gonna do. I could wait for that. I'm curious how that's gonna work. I have an idea of what that will be like, but I kind of want more details on it to verify it, and then maybe I'll do an episode on that at some point. The local co-op stuff, I don't. I could just say, oh, I don't have any friends, but that's not true. But I don't have any friends handy or handily available where we could comfortably sit down and play through the game co-op, and also be able to record and record audio specifically. I don't have really a setup for that, so that's kind of like a TBA, to be announced kind of thing. Like if I can work something out, I'll do it. If I can't get anything to work, then you know, you'll just have to enjoy that one on your own without me, without any sort of color commentary. Trying to think, there was some other stuff. There's boss revenge mode. I'm still not really sure what that's supposed to be. I'm assuming it's just. I'm assuming it's a boss rush mode where the bosses are like on nightmare difficulty. I really don't know what that's going to be like, to be honest. They haven't really talked about. Admittedly, they haven't really talked about a lot of the DLC that they're going to be putting out, and they claim in the launch trailer was that they were going to put out 13 free DLCs, and I'm not really sure what they're. I'm assuming they're counting like individual characters as DLC, individual modes, things like that. So you know, hopefully they'll get some more details on that soon. I know today they sent out a. I know the campaign, the Kickstarter side of things, they sent out the devs sent out an update, talking about specifically talking about the Switch release, which I'm hearing a lot of things about that. But my guess is that they will fix it. They will smooth it out, hopefully. So yeah, like I guess I could explain this real quick. So when you beat the game, you unlock a couple of modes. You unlock, well, first of all, you unlock the sound mode. It's a sound test, so you can listen to all the really good music in this game. That's the best song in the game. Forbidden Underground Waterway, best song. And then you unlock these two. Now, that I will probably never use. Just being honest, I have no. Why? You know, like I don't speedrun games, so that's nice that it's there, I guess. But then we have boss rush mode, which I'm gonna do that on hard. Actually, I'm gonna see how that feels. So yeah, it's just your standard boss rush mode. You're timed. There's a timer going, and it clocks you on how fast you get through it. And based on how fast you get through it, you can get rewards. As far as I know, there aren't any like special weapons or armor drops in this. I know in previous Castlevania games that had boss rush modes like this, they did. This game doesn't seem to have that. So what you do get, you get like 8-bit, 16-bit, or 32-bit coins, which you can use to, you know, craft the backer weapons. Which, I mean, if you're into that, great. Again, though, I'm not a big fan of many of the backer weapons. I didn't find them to be particularly useful. With the sole exception, the only one I really kind of thought was neat was the which one was it? The whip. The whip that can. There's a whip that can. You can switch elemental properties on. I thought that was kind of neat. I wish more of the backer weapons had stuff like that. You know, had implementations like that, but of course they didn't. So I don't know. They're not bad. I mean, they all look cool. They all look good. I just wasn't that impressed with any of them as far as functionality. But I guess this is kind of a neat run to do of just showing off, like, kind of how how simple the bosses get when you've got OP equipment, such as this Crusagram-esque sword. But I do like how the fact that the this sword is not like it is not the end-all not the be-all end-all of weaponry in this game, because I mean it does a lot of damage, you know, like damage per second, but it doesn't do like a shit ton of damage, right? Also, this could be going a lot more smoothly. Okay, big boy, you gonna stop anytime soon? Like shit, fella. Okay. So I will be taking a health item on this, I think. Oh. Oh, that was it. Okay. Alright, let's do course 2. So I got a 16 Bitcoin, great, you know, which the thing is that's not really that massive of a reward. You can actually buy them from Dominique and then later Anne once Dominique shows her true colors. But again, I like my guess. Here's a theory I have though about the 8-bit coin stuff. Because you know right now that's only really utilized for the backer designed weaponry that you can craft through Johannes. I have a gut feeling that along with a lot of the DLC stuff that they're going to put out for this game, I have a feeling they're going to put in new or different equipment. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I have a feeling they might, because it's kind of been on the back of my mind for a little while. Like you know, they could probably add in some other shit too without bothering to tell anybody. And they seem like they would be in the position to do stuff like that. So we'll see, but I wouldn't be shocked if that starts to show up. This sword is pretty cool too. The Oracle Blade, I like that. That's really cool.
I move so fast.
Whoa. Oh. Also, you notice this thing, each sword hits twice. This thing is really OP. I would argue more so than that Crissaegrim thing at this point. Oh, he moves way faster on hard. Wow, holy crap. Holy crap. Okay. I think he shoots more projectiles that way too. It's kind of neat to see how these bosses are a little different on hard. Yeah, I think he shoots like an extra projectile. It looks like. Ooh, and he hurts. Trying to think. There we go. Okay, so we got another boss. I mean, this is, I think I'm getting right to the end now. I think this is about, it's Jeeble. Oh, ow, that's, Fireball's a little different, I think. There we go. Not quite done yet, though. We got one more. I think we gotta fight Grimory next. Or is it Valifor? I think it is Valifor. No. We just skipped Valifor. Poor Valifor. Which also, by the way, in case anybody hadn't noticed, so Grimory, the way her fight goes anyways, it's very, very similar in design to a standard death fight in a Castlevania game. She's very similar to death in that regard. Like plot-wise, she is basically death. And I don't know if I'm going to do this. I don't think I'm going to get it. It's a shame, I know, but yeah. That's okay. But I believe she was the last one, so... Ow. So yeah, that's that. And we're not going to try that again. We're done with that. Trying to think, think that's it. I mean, I really think that's it for this game now. Because I did the 8-bit Nightmare, I did Secret Enemy on the Train, Boss Rush, did both, well, did the first course and almost finished the second course, so I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. Well, I take that back. There is one more thing. There might be, I don't know for sure how I'll do that. It'll probably be a very, very quick little episode following this. There is a, so PC players, they've already got this, admittedly. They've already got what I'm about to refer to. There's another secret boss that you can fight in-game. However, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch do not have that content yet. That's going to be coming, I believe, July 3rd, I think, is when they're dropping that. Because it's coming along with the, what do they call it? The Iga's Backpack DLC. And so this was at one point exclusively Kickstarter backer content, but, you know, I guess Kickstarter backers, everybody kind of voted on it and said, well, you know what, why not just give it to everybody as paid DLC. And so I get it for free, so you know, it's fine by me. I don't care. I get it regardless, so what do I care? But yeah, that should be dropping, like I said, July 3rd, so I'll probably do that, because it's a pretty cool boss. I've seen a video of the boss fight in question, and it looked really fun, and I really would like to do it, so, yeah. Yeah, see, that's the best. Oh, yeah, I guess I could show these off real quick, too, while I'm at it. Stop. So.
Know that Johnny Galanis, Captain Thrashbeard, will be the Pirate King. Dumb, but cool. Check out L1 Games on YouTube. Muzz rocks.
Okay, so I'm done with David Hayter.
There's something written here about a woman named Castilvania. Who could she be? Daichi loves his wild rose. Well, congratulations. You got yourself caught. Now, what's the next step of your master plan? To Leah and Skyly, wishing you all the best. Do not look at me in that tone of voice. I looked, and there was a pale green horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades accompanied him.
Cute, I guess. So yeah, you get special messages from David Hayter and Robbie Belgrade. Yeah, but like I said, July 3rd, 4th, I forget. That DLC stuff should be dropping. So I will probably do that secret boss fight. And then we'll just wait and see as far as what happens with the DLC. When that starts to come out and where it goes and what it ends up being, and I will happily give it a shot. But in the meantime, I'm done with Bloodstained for now. This is it. I'm done. I really can't think of anything else to do. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and comment. Whatever, right? And yeah, just keep an eye out. I'll have more playthroughs or something coming on here, coming down the pipeline. I've still got Final Fantasy VII to get through. There's a playlist on my channel. You can go check that out. I'm almost done with the first disc of that game, or first part now. And I guess at some point Shenmue, I've got it pulled off my shelf. I keep looking at the box. I'll get to it. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed the whole playthrough. I hope you got through the whole thing. You know, hopefully you'll join me next time for some other great game. But yeah, go buy this game. It's great. I love Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. One of the best games I've played this year so far. It's real nice. So thank you. Thank you. Have a great day. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.